Who is responsible for keeping you, your family and property safe? Is it the police, the locks on your doors? Or is it you? Australia is generally fairly safe, but that's cold comfort to those who find themselves the targets of violent criminals. Every week there are people who end up robbed, bashed, raped or murdered because they couldn't protect themselves. And it happens in the home as well as in the street. The police can't be everywhere. The government can't protect you all the time. If you're attacked, you can find yourself on your own with only a few seconds to make a difference. As the saying goes, when seconds count, the police are minutes away. If we're really honest, we all know that we're vulnerable, but we push it to one side and hope it never happens to us. But if it did happen to you, what would you actually do to protect yourself? Legally, you can't do much. Australian law actually requires you to be defenceless. Although you certainly have a legal right to defend yourself, the law prevents you from having the means. The law says that if you carry something specifically to protect yourself from criminals, you will be the criminal. That includes things like a knife or club, or even purely defensive items like pepper spray or mace. Even wearing a bulletproof vest is illegal. As for carrying a gun, don't even think about it. You can have one for sport or hunting, but you can't have one for protection, not even at home. It shouldn't be that way. The Liberal Democrats believe you have every right to secure your family, your home and your property against criminals, and that the government should not make you a defenceless victim. We know criminals don't obey laws about guns or other weapons, and that they use them to commit crimes all the time. For many women, the elderly and anyone with physical limits on their ability to run or fight, some kind of weapon may be their best hope against people who want to do them harm. Maybe Australia doesn't need to copy Israel or America and issue permits for people to carry firearms for self-defence. Or perhaps it does. All the evidence, and there is a lot of it, shows that when responsible, law-abiding people arm themselves for their own protection, the entire area becomes safer for everyone. It's quite common in US states that allow law-abiding citizens to carry firearms for self-defence for criminals to be stopped in their tracks. The best way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. But many people also carry non-lethal weapons, like a pepper spray or mace. In America, you don't need a licence or permit of any kind for them, yet they're banned here. A weapon itself is neither good nor bad. How a weapon is used depends entirely on whose hands it's in. Criminals think twice about using weapons if average, law-abiding people have a practical means of defending themselves. The Liberal Democrats regard the right and the means of self-defence as fundamental and believe the government should never make you defenceless. We favour allowing anyone to carry non-lethal means of self-defence, and for those who qualify, to be granted permits to carry firearms for self-defence. We believe Australians have every right to protect themselves from criminals and to have the practical means to do so. My name is David Leyonhjelm, Senator for the Liberal Democratic Party. We support your right to live your life without government interference as long as you respect the same right for others.